CEO of the WTA. It's great to be with you, and in the larger sense, it's great to be with you. And by that, of course, I mean that the WTA is back with Tennis Channel after a couple of years elsewhere, and I think we all agree at our place that it's a win for fans and a win for our viewers.
Well, I mean, thanks for having me this morning. It's good to see everybody, but we're equally as excited. We will now have all of WTA tennis for fans between the main channel and Tennis Channel Plus for everybody, and we couldn't be more excited than to be back with the Tennis Channel family and all the great work that you guys do.
Steve, 11 women entered this field with the possibility of leaving number one. The last 8 majors have yielded 8 different female champions. How do you turn this depth, this unpredictability, how do you turn that into a virtue?
Well, I think that you're seeing it now, and that the storylines are great. As you just said, there's 11 different stories that could come out of here, and you're seeing the tremendous depth. And I think what we have right now, which is unique, is a very interesting story, because you have this really solid group of players led by Simona, our current #1 player in the world, and Kerber, who's ranked 2 here, or seeded 2 here, and obviously a great depth. But then on the other side of them, you've got these up-and-coming stars. You've got Naomi, Sabalenka, you know, Kenin, who played great last night as well. And then on this side, you've got the legends of the game. And you've got Serena and Maria and all of that group. So it's set up for really an exciting time.
You can see the 8 players there that have won the last 8 majors. And one of the ironies here is that if Serena Williams wins final champion, and she still wouldn't be #1. That speaks to the depth that you were talking about. But I want to ask you a question tied to that, which is you have this tremendously depth field. The tour travels well anywhere. There still seems to be a couple of questions about the schedule. We've been talking about the ATP Cup to start the 2020 season here, and to some that seems to overshadow the women. What's going to happen to the women's tour? What are you hearing about the start to your season in 2020?
We're just fine. The WTA is doing just fine, and congratulations to the ATP on their new ATP Cup, and Tennis Australia for putting it together. Kudos to them. It's going to be a wonderful event, and I'm sure very exciting. Tennis Australia and Australia have always treated the WTA very, very well, and we're having really good and constructive conversations with them. And we're looking at a different approach to the start of the year with them. So I think it's going to be exciting, and I think we're going to have some fun things to come.
Part of running a professional sport is being nimble enough to be responsive when change is called for, and you've done that in a couple of areas this year, and one of them is the new rule concerning protected ranking and a protected seeding for women who are becoming mothers, and that obviously became part of specific relief last year when Serena came back. We had a match between 2 mothers here, Serena and Tatiana Maria. Explain the new system.
Yeah, what we did is we went through last year and re-looked at it. Obviously, we have right now an increasing number of players who have decided to go and become moms and all that, which is terrific and something we celebrate. So we went through a process where we dealt with our general player field, our player council, and of course our board. Got all the feedback, and I think came up with a program that is actually extremely progressive off of a program that was already progressive. We had started with a program that provided athletes 2 years to come back when they've been out for long-term injury or pregnancy. So that was very progressive to begin with. But what we did is we took it a step further. We now, if a mother now has 3 years from the time of birth to come back, which is, again, a long time to deal with everything and do what they need to do and make sure they're ready to come. And then we've also been able to balance the issue of using their special ranking for seeding purposes. And how do we still balance competition and not taking the opportunity away from a player who has earned it? So we came up with an approach where they can be an additional seed. That guarantees them that they don't have to play a seed in the first round. And I think it found the right balance between everybody.
You size up this women's draw. You have a 17-year-old in action today, but Serena Williams is 20 years older. You've got Naomi Osaka from Japan winning, but you have a #1 from Romania. It seems like there's a real diversity to this tour right now. When you're in the marketplace selling the sport, what are you selling?
We're selling stories, and we're selling diversity of stories, because it's so global right now. And if you look at this mix too, I mean, it's not just in one region of the world, it's across. We've got Asia, we've got the US, you've got Europe. And then, as I said before, I think you have the uniqueness of the history of the game, the current stars of the game and then the up-and-comers. And I think you're seeing that in today's field.
Steve, new start to next year, new finish with a new location for the WTA Finals in Shenzhen. On behalf of all of us at Tennis Channel, here's to a great 2019 and beyond.
Thank you. We look forward to many years, and we're glad to be back part of the Tennis Channel family.
We'll toast our coffee cups to that.